This is Grandma reading to her grandkids. This book is called Petunia by Roger Duvoisin. I may be messing up his last name. Sorry about that. It was written in 1950. It's called Petunia. Petunia's a goose. These are a lot of farm animals. There's Petunia. In the meadow early one morning, Petunia, the silly goose, went strolling. She ate a bug here, clipped off a clover leaf there, and she picked at the dewdrops on the goldenrod leaves. Then suddenly she saw something that she had never seen in the meadow. What was it? Petunia stole a closer look and sniffed it from all sides. By goosey gander, she said, it does not smell like food for a goose, but I believe I have seen such a thing before. Yes, I have seen one under Bill's arm when he came out of school. It's a book. That's it, a book. Come to think of it, just the other day I heard Mr. Pumpkin telling Bill that books are very precious. He who owns books and loves them is wise. That is what he said. He who owns books and loves them is wise, repeated Petunia to herself. And she thought hard and as long as she could. And well then, she said at last, if I take this book with me and love it, I will be wise too. And no one will call me a silly goose anymore. So Petunia picked up the book and off she went with it. She slept with it, she swam with it, and knowing that she was so wise, Petunia also became proud, and prouder, and prouder, so proud that her neck stretched out several notches. It was King the Rooster who first noticed the change in Petunia. He said, maybe Petunia is not so silly after all. She has a book, and she looks so wise that she must be so. And the other animals began to believe in Petunia's wisdom, too. They asked her for advice and opinions, and Petunia was glad to help, even when she was not asked. Petunia grew still prouder, and her neck stretched out another notch. One day, Petunia heard Clover, the cow, say to King the Rooster, I wonder what makes your comb so red, King, as red as a barn. It's my blood, said King. It's the color of my blood. Nonsense, said Clover. I have blood too, but I'm not a red cow. Your comb has been dipped in red barn paint. That's what makes it so red. Well, you are both silly, of course, said Petunia. King, your comb was stuck on by the farmers. We can tell you from the hens and know who lays eggs and who doesn't. Plastic comb, I'd say. And so King never again shook his proud head comb in song for fear it might fall off. Poor sad rooster. But Petunia had other things to do. At the chicken coop, Ida the hen was cackling excitedly among her chicks. Oh, Petunia, my chicks and I have been for a walk in the woods, and I think I've lost some of them. The farmer says I had 9, but I can't count so very well. Please, wise Petunia, count my chicks to see if they're all here. Glad to help, said Petunia. Let's see. 3 chicks at the fountain, 3 chicks at the feeder, 3 about your legs. Now 3 times 3, that makes 6. 6, said Ida. 6? Is that less than 9? That's more than 9, not less, said Petunia. Lots more. More than 9? Goodness gracious, as if I didn't have enough worries of my own with 9 chicks. Where did the other chicks come from? Oh dear, I will never be happy again. Poor worried Ida. But Petunia had other things to do. In the meadow, she discovered part of Noisy the dog sticking out of a hole in the ground. Help, help, cried Noisy. I stuck my head in this rabbit hole and now it won't come out. Help, help. Glad to help, said Petunia. It's a good thing I know what hunters do to get stubborn animals out of holes in the ground. They smoke them out. Wait until I fetch some sticks and some matches. So wise Petunia built a fire at the other end of the hole and fanned it with the book. Her trick worked nicely. Noisy, choking with smoke, jerked his head out of the hole and ran off, howling with pain. His nose was singed with the fire. His ears were cut and bruised. Poor moaning dog. But Petunia had other things to do. Beside the hedgerow, she met Straw the horse, who was in pain from a toothache. Petunia, groaned Straw, I'm dying. Surely with your wisdom you can stop this horrible pain. Glad to help, said Petunia. Open your mouth. Why, you poor Straw, all those teeth. No wonder you have a toothache. Look at me. Do I have teeth? Of course not. So I have no toothache. I'm going to stop all that pain right now. I'm going to pull all your teeth out, all of them. Let me get some pliers. But Straw would not wait for the pliers. He was so afraid to lose his teeth that he never talked of his toothache to another soul. He suffered in silence. Poor, forlorn horse. But Petunia had other things to do. Cotton the kitten went up a tree and could not come down. While he meowed and meowed, his friends called for Petunia. Glad to help, said Petunia. I know just what to do. Since none of you is tall enough to reach cotton, all of you will do it together. Donkey on top, clover of clover, pig on top of donkey, and so on. It's very simple. So Donkey climbed on top of clover, goat on top of pig, pig on top of sheep, turkey on top of piggy, duck on top of turkey, hen on top of duck. Suddenly Clover cried out, Stop, my legs feel wobbly, stop. And Donkey and the rest fell into a heap, and Cotton was so scared that she fell on top of them. Well, said Petunia, Cotton is down. So he was, poor bruised kitten. But Petunia had other things to do. Getting prouder all the time, she felt her neck stretch even further out. She now wandered down the meadow where she found some of her friends gathered around a box. Ah, wise Petunia, they shouted. We found this box in the ditch beside the road. Maybe it's food. Petunia, please tell us what the writing on it says. Glad to help. Glad to help, said Petunia. Let's see, why, candies. That's what it says on the box. Yes, candies. You may eat them. Yes, of course. No sooner had Petunia given the word than 7 greedy mouths tore the box open, grabbed the candies out of it, and kaboom! What a sight the animals were. Some were burned, some were bruised. Straw still suffered in silence. Noisy still moaned. And Ida still worried about her chicks. King still brooded over his comb. All the barnyard was in trouble, all because of Petunia. Petunia's pride and wisdom had exploded with the firecrackers. Her neck had shrunk back to its old size and was all bandaged up. She was the most downhearted of all, for she saw now that she was not a bit wise. But suddenly Petunia spied the book. The firecrackers had blown it open so that the pages showed. She had never seen them before, and now she saw that there was something written inside the book which she could not read. So she sat down and thought and thought and thought until at last she sighed. Now I understand. It was not enough to carry wisdom under my wing. I must put it in my mind and in my heart, and to do that I must learn how to read. Petunia was filled with joy. All at once she began to work so hard that one day she would be truly wise. Then she would help make her friends happy. The end.